Welcome back, the rare and valuable coins. Today, we're diving deep into the world of silver Washington quarter dollars. But not just any quarters. We're talking about the ones that sold for thousands of dollars at auction. So let's get started. First up, the 1998 Washington quarter dollar. This coin features a large date P mint mark and is in fully damaged condition. Is it silver? Is it valuable? And what's it worth today in the auction market? Let's find out. The year was 1998, a booming U.S. economy, the final days of the 20th century and the last year before the launch of the state quarters program. It marked the end of a 66-year era for the classic Eagleback Washington quarter, which had been in circulation since 1932. The P mint mark on this coin tells us it was minted in Philadelphia, one of the oldest and most iconic U.S. mint facilities. In 1998, over 896 million quarters were produced at this mint, making the coin quite common but still historically significant. On the obverse or front side of the coin, we see George Washington's profile, designed by John Flanagan. At the top is Liberty, to the left In God We Trust, and at the bottom, the large date, 1998. To the right of Washington's ponytail, you'll spot the P mint mark. The reverse side features a majestic bald eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches symbolizing strength and peace. This design would be retired the following year, making 1998 the final regular issue year for this classic look. A lot of people wonder, is the 1998 quarter made of silver? The answer is no. Quarters made after 1964 are copper-nickel clad, not silver. That means the 1998 quarter has a pure copper core with a nickel outer layer. If you look at the edge and see a reddish-brown strip, that's the copper core showing through. The coin we're looking at today is in fully damaged condition, which means heavy wear, deep scratches, corrosion, or discoloration. These types of coins have lost much of their visual appeal and fine detail, especially on Washington's face and the eagle's feathers. In numismatics, DAMAGED, coins don't usually receive a standard grade. Instead, they are marked as damaged environmental damage or cleaned, which severely affects their value. A coin in full damage condition often holds no collectible premium, even if it's an older piece. So, what's it worth? In today's auction market, a 1998 P Washington quarter in fully damaged condition is generally worth face value just 25 cents. Some sellers bundle damaged coins into bulk rolls, but individual resale value is very low. However, coins in uncirculated or mint state condition, especially those professionally graded by PCGs or NGC, can sell for $5 to $20 or more, and the 1998 test-proof quarters, struck in San Francisco with mirror-like finishes, can be worth even more depending on the condition. Now, let's talk about rare errors. While the 1998 quarter is common, some versions with errors like double die obverses, off-center strikes, or clipped planchettes have fetched $50 to $200 or more at auctions. So it's always worth examining your coin closely, even if it's damaged. Next up, we're shining the spotlight on a fascinating yet often misunderstood coin, the 1982 Washington quarter dollar, featuring a large date P mint mark and found in good condition. But is it silver? Is it rare? And what's it really worth? In today's auction market, let's dive right in. The year was 1982. Ronald Reagan was president. The U.S. economy was recovering from recession, and people still relied heavily on coins for everyday purchases. The Washington quarter remained one of the most circulated and trusted coins of the time. This particular quarter carries the P mint mark, meaning it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. In 1982, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 500 million quarters, including this large date variety. The obverse, or front of the coin, displays the timeless portrait of George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan in 1932, you'll see Liberty at the top, In God We Trust on the left, and the large 1982 date prominently featured at the bottom. Look just to the right of Washington's ponytail. That's where you'll spot the P Mint mark. On the reverse, the design remains powerful and symbolic, a bald eagle perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches below, representing both strength and peace. This reverse design was in place from 1932 to 1998. A familiar sight to millions of Americans. Now here's the big question: is the 1982 quarter made of silver? The answer is no. In fact, circulating quarters haven't been made with silver since 1964. The 1982 quarter is composed of copper-nickel clad, the copper core and outer layers of nickel. You can even see the reddish copper edge when you look closely. Our focus today is a 1982p quarter in good condition. This means the coin has been heavily circulated. The design is still visible, but fine details like the hair on Washington's portrait or feathers on the eagle are worn down. In numismatics, coin graded as good is on the lower end of the scale, still collectible, especially for date and mint mark sets. But its market value is typically modest, so what's it worth? In today's auction and collector markets, a 1982p Washington quarter in good condition generally sells for around 25 cents to 50 cents. That's either face value or just a bit more, depending on the buyer and demand. But in higher grades, like extremely fine or uncirculated mint state, this coin can be worth $2 to $10, and sometimes more if it's graded by special services like PCGS or NGC. Coins in pristine condition are always more appealing to collectors. Here's where things get interesting: error coins. A small number of 1982 quarters have been found with off-center strikes, missing clad layers, or even double dies. These mint errors are rare and can be worth $50 to several $100s, even if the coin shows wear. Always check your coins closely. If you plan to keep your 1982p quarter, store it properly in a coin flip, 2x2 holder, or a collector album. And remember, don't clean your coin. Even a dirty coin is worth more than one that's been scrubbed and damaged by harsh chemicals. While the 1982p quarter in good condition may not be rare, it plays an important role in completing a full Washington quarter set from 1932 to 1998. Especially since 1982 is also known for having no official U.S. mint sets released, which makes high-grade examples harder to find. Next up, the 1994 Washington quarter dollar, featuring a large date, the D Mint mark from Denver, and found in fine condition. Will answer the big questions: is it silver? Is it collectible? And most importantly, what's it worth in today's auction market? Let's find out. The D Mint mark on this quarter indicates it was minted in Denver, Colorado, one of the primary facilities of the U.S. Mint. In 1994, over 880 million quarters were produced in Denver alone, making it a high mintage year for the Washington quarter. On the obverse, you see the familiar design by John Flanagan, the iconic profile of George Washington. At the top, you'll see Liberty. On the left, In God We Trust. And at the bottom, the large, bold date, 1994. To the right of Washington's ponytail, you'll find the D Mint mark. The reverse design is no less symbolic: a proud bald eagle standing on a bundle of arrows, representing military strength, with olive branches underneath, symbolizing peace. This reverse was used from 1932 until 1998, when the state quarters program began. A common question is the 1994 Washington quarter made of silver? The answer is no. Only quarters made before 1965 contain 90% silver. The 1994 quarter is made of a copper-nickel clad composition, a copper core sandwiched between two layers of nickel. If you look at the edge, you'll clearly see the brownish copper stripe. Today's featured coin is in fine condition, which means it has been circulated but retains most of its major details. You'll notice light to moderate wear, but the date, mint mark, and primary features like Washington's profile and the eagle's wings are still visible and identifiable. In the current auction market, the 1994 D Washington quarter in fine condition typically sells for around 25 cents to $1, depending on the buyer and overall eye appeal. Because this is a high mintage coin and not a key date, it doesn't carry a big premium unless it's in very high grade or has a unique error. Coins in higher grades, like extremely fine XF, about uncirculated O or mint state MS63, and above, can be worth more, typically ranging from $2 to $15, or even more if they're professionally graded. Collectors always seek sharp strikes, clean surfaces, and strong luster, even in fine condition. Your 1994D quarter is worth saving, especially if you're building a complete Washington quarter set. Be sure to store it properly in a coin flip, 2x2 holder, or album, and avoid cleaning it, as that can damage its numismatic value. The 1994D isn't a rare coin, but it's part of American coinage history. It represents one of the final years of the traditional eagle reverse, just before the state quarters program began in 1999, making it a transitional piece for modern collectors. Next up, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar, with a large date, no mint mark, and preserved in good condition. We'll explore its history, composition, and value in today's auction market. Let's get started. The year 1965 was pivotal for us. Coins. It marked the first year the mint stopped using silver in quarters, dimes, and half dollars due to rising silver prices. So, the 1965 quarter was the first regular issue struck without any silver content. But its story goes deeper. Notice this 1965 quarter has no mint mark, which means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. In 1965, the Mint decided to eliminate mint marks altogether as part of a program to discourage coin hoarding amid the coin shortage. On the obverse, you'll see the classic profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The inscriptions read, "Liberty at the top, and in God we trust" to the left, with the prominent large date 1965 below. The reverse features the traditional bald eagle, wings spread, clutching arrows and olive branches, a symbol of strength and peace. Consistent with quarters struck from 1932 to 1998, a key point. The 1965 quarter is not silver. It was the first year the U.S. Mint switched to a copper nickel clad composition, a copper core sandwiched between two layers of copper-nickel alloy. You can spot the copper edge if you look closely. This coin is in good condition, meaning it shows signs of circulation but retains its essential details: the date, mint mark, or lack thereof, and key design elements remain legible. In coin grading, good is a circulated grade with moderate wear but fully identifiable. It's lower than fine or very fine but still collectible. In today's auction market, a 1965 Washington quarter, in good condition, generally sells for about face value to $1, while it's common and not silver. Some collectors still seek it to complete sets or for historical interest. Higher grade 1965 quarters, especially those in extra fine or uncirculated condition, can command $5 to $15 or more, depending on eye appeal and whether they're certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC. Also, keep an eye out for rare errors or varieties on 1965 quarters. These include doubled dies or die cracks, which can boost a coin's value significantly for collectors. Though the 1965 quarter may not be rare, it represents an important chapter in American numismatics, the shift from silver to clad coinage. Collectors often include it to complete a full Washington quarter collection. Next up, we're exploring a very special coin, the 1970 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark. In uncirculated condition, we'll dive deep into its history, what makes it unique, and its current value in the auction market. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this video is for youth. Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to celebrate George Washington's 200th birthday, and it quickly became a staple of American coinage. The 1970 quarter is part of the classic series that was minted in copper-nickel-clad composition, as silver quarters stopped circulating after 1964. This means that, unlike earlier silver quarters, the 1970 quarter does not contain silver. The lack of a mint mark on this 1970 quarter tells us it was minted in Philadelphia, the original and one of the most historic mints in the United States. Collectors often seek out Philadelphia quarters without mint marks to complete their collections. Uncirculated condition means the coin shows no signs of wear and looks almost as it did the day it left the mint. These coins retain their original luster, sharp design details, and have minimal to no contact marks. Collectors prize uncirculated coins because of their eye appeal and rarity compared to circulated examples. So, what is the value of a 1970 Washington quarter without a mint mark? In uncirculated condition, since it is copper-nickel clad and contains no silver, its melt value is minimal. However, collectors value uncirculated coins for their pristine condition. In today's auction market, a 1970 Philadelphia quarter in uncirculated condition can fetch anywhere from $3 to $10, depending on factors like eye appeal, toning, and certification by grading services. If you're looking to buy or sell one, it's a good idea to check if the coin is graded by professional services like PCGs or NGC. A certified uncirculated coin often commands higher prices. Also, avoid cleaning coins yourself. It can reduce their value. In summary, the 1970 Washington quarter, without mint mark, in uncirculated condition, is a valuable collectible despite its lack of silver content. It offers collectors a chance to own a beautiful, well-preserved piece of American numismatic history. Next up, the 1977 Washington quarter dollar, a coin with a large date, no mint mark, and found in good circulated condition. Is it silver? Is it valuable? And what does it sell for in today's coin auction market? Let's find out. The year was 1977. A gallon of gas cost 62 cents, and people were still dropping quarters into payphones and arcade machines. The Washington quarter was a workhorse of American currency, durable, trusted, and in nearly every pocket. The absence of a mint mark on the 1977 quarter means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. That year, more than 468 million quarters were struck in Philly, making it one of the most common coins in circulation. On the obverse, we see the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. It features the inscriptions "Liberty" at the top, "In God We Trust" on the left, and the bold, large date 1977 along the bottom. The reverse side of the 1977 quarter shows the traditional bald eagle design, a powerful symbol of American strength and peace. The eagle stands on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath. This design was used from 1932 until 1998. Now, common question, is the 1977 Washington quarter made of silver? The answer is no. Quarters made after 1964 are not silver. Instead, they're made from a copper-nickel-clad composition with a pure copper core. You can see the copper stripe on the coin's edge. This coin is in what we call good condition. It's clearly been in circulation. The details on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers are worn, but the date and design are still readable. It's a solid example of an everyday coin. In coin grading, good is on the lower end of the scale, above poor, but below fine. It's still collected, especially by people completing full-day Tandmint sets in the current auction market. A 1977 no-mint mark Washington quarter in good condition typically sells for face value 25 cents up to around $1, depending on demand and presentation. Collectors are willing to pay more for higher-grade examples. In extremely fine 2-mint state condition, especially if certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC, this coin can sell for $5 to $25 or more. Here's where things get interesting. Era coins. A small number of 1977 quarters have been found with off-center strikes, double die obverses, or even broad strikes. These mint errors can command $50 to over $200, depending on severity and rarity. Even if it's not a rare coin, it's still worth keeping if you're building a complete Washington quarter collection. Store your 1977 quarter in a 2x2 holder, a coin album, or a protective flip. And whatever you do, don't clean it. That reduces its numismatic value. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, the 1977 quarter plays an important role in finishing off your 1970s set, a decade full of change, both in society and in coinage. To wrap it up, the 1977 large-date Washington quarter without mint mark, in good condition, is a copper nickel-clad coin, not silver, and typically worth 25 cents to $1 in today's auction market. While it may not be rare, it's a solid part of U.S. coinage history. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell for more coin stories.